Hello, Mr. Slowiak. Today I'll be telling you about the movie Hidden Figures that I watched last night. And the movie was about Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson. These were three African American women who worked at NASA, and they were basically the brains, and they helped out a lot with computers and solving equations and writing down on paper and that type of job to help put John Glenn into space at the first astronaut, the space race. The main characters were Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, in my opinion, because the story evolves around them and their lives and their success. This movie really relates to civil rights because it showed that these black women can succeed in a segregated, male, white-dominated workplace, especially at NASA. That's a really tough place to get into. What actions did I notice that called for change / need for civil rights was when Catherine needed to go use the bathroom or go take a bathroom break. They didn't have colored bathrooms at the workplace she had. She had to run across town, about half a mile, I think they said, to a colored bathroom so she could use the bathroom. And that really cut into her work time. She was gone for about 40 minutes to an hour every day because she had to run in heels and a dress, carrying all of her books to her bath to go to the bathroom. And she also did her work and her equation in math while she was using the bathroom. So what needed to change was her supervisor, her boss, decided he was angry and mad that she was gone the whole time because she was good at what she was doing, but she was gone most of the day, most of the work time. So he took a wrench or a hammer and knocked down the bathroom sign saying white bathroom and white this, white that. He took a hammer and knocked it down, and he said, "No more white bathrooms. Everyone uses this bathroom. Here at NASA, we all pee the same color." I think that's what he said. There was a few scenes, one scene I think, where they showed active protesting with signs and just the police around the people protesting for segregation and the equality. There was a little scene about that, and I think it was Dorothy. She was with her kids at the library, and she told them, she was like, "Don't you act like that. We have to work for what we get, and we have to work for this, and we have to work for that." And then they moved along to the next scene. The scene that stuck out to me the most is probably when Catherine was in a board meeting with her supervisor, and they were all sitting around a big table, and they were like, "How do we get John Glenn to orbit? How do we get him to space without him blowing up? What's the math for that?" And Catherine's supervisor hands her the chalk to go write on the chalkboard about the equation and where he was going to land. I don't know if it was 20 miles off the Bahamas or something where he was going to land. And she did the equation, she did the math, which is super cool because it was math that no one had ever seen. And I liked how because they zoomed in on the hand, she was like, "Thank you for the chalk," and went to the chalkboard and started writing down her stuff. I actually looked this up because I was curious about how accurate the movie was. And Katherine Johnson herself, she is still alive today, said that the movie was extremely accurate. There was nothing wrong with it. They did such a good job with it. And that's probably why it's such a good movie, because it's so accurate to the real thing and what actually happened. And that would be my evidence for that, because the girl who the movie's about said the movie was good. The movie was accurate, and it was right. So I don't think there's anything false about it. And the space race did actually happen. So that was true. Overall, I think the movie is super, super great. I love to watch it. Even when I watched it, it made me want to do my homework and try to work harder and stuff. It was very motivational. So there you have it.